Hey everybody, John here with another Fincast, and today we're looking at the Sunflower Cichlid as we take off on another cichlid adventure.
When you look at the fish, they're very, very healthy, very vibrant in color, a lot of activity, swimming, and that is all a nutritional need that is fulfilled by this product.
Hi everybody, John here. Welcome back. We've got another Fincast today. We're talking about African cichlids today, the Sunflower Cichlid. This is a beautiful little fish that grows only to about 3 inches. It comes from Lake Tanganyika, and you can keep it with other Tanganyikan cichlids. And we're going to have an interview today with Rick Biro, who's been in the African cichlid game probably as long or longer than anybody in the United States. And he is a specialist in African cichlids, and we've seen him in many of our other Cichlid Adventure Fincasts. So we've got advice from Rick coming up here in just a moment. Of course, some B-roll of the fish that he recently had on display at a show that I attended, and some good pictures as well. The video that I published last week about the yellow tang breeding and the very first aquacultured yellow tangs that happened at the Oceanic Institute in Hawaii has been very widely viewed, and I appreciate that. Thank you all for checking that out. If you haven't seen it yet, even if you're a freshwater enthusiast, I think you'll like it. But I also wanted to point out that it is featured in this month's edition of Coral Magazine, an excellent article in here that was written by the man who actually did the aquaculture, Chad Callan, in Hawaii at the Oceanic Institute. So just wanted to give a shout out to Coral Magazine. It's a great article, and it shows the stage-by-stage development of these fish and talks a little bit about the very first breakthrough, and finally, after almost 20 years, between 10 and 20 for sure, of folks trying to breed the yellow tang. So let's move on now to the Sunflower Cichlid. This is a great little fish. I saw it at the Global Expo, and here is an interview that I did with Rick Biro. He's got Florida Exotic Fish Sales. Don't call him. You'll see his phone number on the screen, but he is a wholesaler only, and unless you're a store or a wholesaler or a distributor of some kind, you won't be able to do business with Rick. But he's here today to share his information with us.
This is a little Lamprologus from Lake Tanganyika called a Lamprologus Helianthus. Common name would be the sunflower. It's a not real aggressive little Tanganyikan fish. Gets to be about 2.5 inches long. It's an egg layer. Male and female will court each other, start laying the eggs on a rock, and it'll be, they'll probably, could have 100, 125 babies. It's not a fast grower. It's not a real aggressive fish. It's a good little mixed Tanganyikan fish. It's got the little mask on it, which makes it very interesting. It's probably a brichardi type, close to a daffodil or a brichardi. But it's just a good little tank complement to a Tanganyikan tank.
It's really, because of the yellow, it's kind of rare in the Tanganyikan spectrum, isn't it?
Yes, I mean, you've got the lalupi that are right close to them. But besides that, it's really not a lot of the other yellows. And the older they get, the bigger they get, the more vivid their color will be. There's one other yellower fish, it's called a lamp mustax, that gets yellow also, but it's a different look to it, more rounded body.
So what kind of fish could you not keep this with?
You wouldn't want to, well, you could keep it with, they're very protective. So you could actually keep these with a lot larger Tanganyikan fish, because they're going to hang around a rock, be very protective of that area, and keep the other bigger fish away. Some of the big predators, of course, would take it out. The incombes or Lamprolongatus might take it out, but you could keep this in with almost any other fish. Tropheus for sure, all the Julies, they would live very well together.
Now, is this going to be a fish that colonizes like a brichardi?
Yes, it would be. And will just exist like that at the lake, with a whole bunch of them in one area, courting each other, having their little breeding areas right near each other, where they're always going and fighting each other.
And in your aquarium, would the fry stay with the adults and then raise the next generation and so forth?
You could do that with these, like with Julies. You could actually leave fry with fry. You would reach a stage where you'd probably want to take the biggest ones out, because they would have a tendency to take off the smaller fry.
Now, honestly, I've never seen this fish before, and it's gorgeous. Why is it so rare?
I don't know that it's rare, but I don't know that a lot of people are raising it. It's been around forever, but it comes and goes, and now we've started breeding it again. Managed to get a hold of some wild ones, so now we started breeding it again.
All right, and so is this going to be an expensive fish in a retail setting?
No, this will be a fish similar price as a Julie or a Lalupi, along that price. This is not a super rare fish or something that's super hard to breed, so the price would not be that bad.
I'll put some links to some other information about the Sunflower Cichlid with the description of this Fincast. And please, if you like this Fincast, give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, ask a question, or if you've got some additional information, please share it. But I do want to say that there is a lot out there about the aggressive nature of this fish when it is in breeding mode. And what I'm hearing is that, like most of the brichardi species, that when they're breeding, they will start to form a colony, and when they have staked out a piece of territory, that's when they can be extremely aggressive. The rest of the time, this has been described as a relatively peaceful fish, especially when you compare it to the various species of mbuna that might be coming from Lake Malawi or some of the Lake Victoria Rift Lake cichlids. So there it is. There is a look at the Sunflower Cichlid. Thanks again to Rick Biro for sharing his information with us, and we'll see you in the next Fincast.